In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a full in-depth guide on how you can optimize everything in your PC to get the lowest amount of delay possible, highest FPS possible, and lowest ping ever. I'm going to be going through everything that you need to know to completely optimize your computer so you can get everything feeling as nice as possible. But before the video starts, if you guys want a one-to-one tweaking session with me where I go through in-depth things such as hidden BIOS tweaks and much more where you can read about in my Discord, make sure to join my Discord and you can book a session with me from there. But without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. So to start things off, we're going to be optimizing our ping and network so we can get the lowest network latency in the game. So the first thing we're going to be doing is clicking the search icon and searching for the control panel. And once we're on here, we're going to be clicking on network and internet, clicking on network and sharing center, clicking on Ethernet, or it could say Wi-Fi if you have a wireless connection. Click on whatever it says here in blue, go to properties, and on this page, we're going to be disabling everything we don't need. So the only things I need is QoS packet scheduler and internet protocol version 4. Most people will only need these two, so just go through. Most of these will be ticked. So just go through and untick everything you don't need. After you've done that, we're going to be clicking on Internet Protocol version 4, going over to Properties, and here it says DNS server. We're going to be finding the best DNS server for our computer. So to do this, click the search icon, search for CMD, run it as an administrator, and then what you want to do is type in ping 1.1.1.1, then click enter, and it'll tell you your average network latency for this DNS server. So you see here, my average latency is 8 ms for the 1.1.1.1, and then if we do ping 8.8.8.8, click enter, it'll tell you your average network latency for this server, which is 6 ms. So as you can see, 8.8 is the best DNS server for my PC, so this is what I'm using. After you've found the best one for yours, you're going to click on advanced, go over to Wins, and disable NetBIOS over TCP/IP. Once you've done that, click OK on both of these and head back over to Internet Protocol version 4. And then from here, you're going to click on it, click on Configure, go Yes, then head over to Advanced, and we're going to be changing a lot of the settings inside here. So the first thing we're going to be doing is clicking on Energy Efficient Ethernet, making sure this is turned off, going over to Flow Control, making sure this is disabled, going to Interrupt Moderation, making sure this is enabled, and then put your interrupt moderation rate to medium. IPv4 checksum offload, make sure this is disabled. Jumbo packet, set this to disabled or 1514. Then go to large send offload v2 IPv4 and disable this. Large send offload v2 IPv6, disable this. Then scroll down until you see speed and duplex and set this to the highest, so either 1 gig or 2.5 gigs. Then scroll down even more. TCP checksum offload IPv4, disable this. TCP checksum offload IPv6, disable this. And then the same for UDP checksum offload v4 and v6, make sure these are both disabled. Then scroll down to the very bottom, go to wake on link settings, disable these. Wake on magic packet, disable this. And wake on pattern match, disable this. Once you've done all these, head over to power management and make sure both of these boxes are unchecked. Once you've done that, click OK. You can close off the control panel, and that's the first ping optimization done. Now for the next ping optimization, we're going to be using GearUp for. So if you can download GearUp from the top link in the description, you can do the free trial, and you can also go onto my wallet when you've downloaded, type in code ruffy, and you get an extra free day of GearUp. Now GearUp is so good for reducing ping in game. All you have to do is click on the game you're playing, click boost, and it automatically connects you to the best server to give you the lowest ping possible in game. And GearUp works for almost every single game and every single region that you play on. All you have to do is when you've clicked boost, server region up the top here, you just click on this, select your region. So for me, this would be Europe. I click confirm. It starts connecting me to the best EU server to get me the lowest ping possible. And what you do once you've connected to your server, you click on node here and you select the one with the lowest latency. So you just let it load up and then you can select from all these different things. So as you can see, London GB09 gives me 8 ping in game. So I'd just click this one and then I'd click confirm and it'd start connecting me to the server and I would get 8 ping in game. That's how quick and easy it is. So you can download GearUp from the top link in the description and do the free trial so you don't have to pay for it before you actually give it a go. And remember, don't forget to use code ruffy. Now we're going to be moving on to some Nvidia control panel settings so we can get lower input delay in game and increase our frame rate just a little bit. So what you guys want to do is right click on the desktop and head over to Nvidia control panel. And once you've loaded up, you want to head over to adjust image settings with preview, click use the advanced 3D image settings and click take me there. And we're going to be changing all of the settings on here. So I'm going to go through and give you the best settings on here. So you want image scaling to be off, ambient occlusion off, anisotropic filtering off, anti-aliasing off, anti-aliasing gamma correction off, anti-aliasing mode off, background application max frame rate off, CUDA GPUs all, CUDA system fallback policy, driver default, DSR factors off, DSR smoothness off, low latency mode, either ultra or on. I'm going to put this to on because my system is high end. If you're on a mid to low end system, I would recommend just putting this to ultra. Max frame rate off, monitor technology, fixed refresh, multi-frame sampled AA MFAA off, OpenGL GDI compatibility, prefer performance, OpenGL rendering GPU, select your graphics card, power management mode, prefer maximum performance, preferred refresh rate, highest available, shader cache size unlimited, texture filtering anisotropic sampling options off, texture filtering negative LOD bias, clamp, texture filtering quality, high performance, texture filtering trilinear optimization off, threaded optimization off, triple buffering off, VSync off, virtual reality pre-rendered frames 1, virtual reality variable super sampling off, Vulkan OpenGL present method auto. Once you've done these, click apply, and we're going to be heading over to program settings, and we're going to be running our Windows Explorer as high performance. So to add your Windows Explorer here, just click add, then click browse, head over to this PC, local disk C, Windows, scroll down to the bottom and you'll see explorer.exe, click open, it'll add to the list. And then on here, you're going to scroll down to where you find power management mode and set this to prefer maximum performance. Once you've done that, click apply, head on down to configure surround and physics and set your physics processor to your graphics card. Once you've done that, click apply. You can exit out of the Nvidia control panel settings because they are fully optimized. Now we're going to be going through some Windows settings to give us increased frames and lower delay in game. So the first thing you want to do is click Windows I to open your settings, then head on down to System, go to Notifications and make sure your notifications are turned off. Then head back, go to Focus and set all your focus duration settings to off, so all of these 4 should be ticked to make sure they're unticked. Then head back and go down to About, then click on Advanced System Settings, click on Performance Settings, and the only thing you need to enable in here is show thumbnails instead of icons, and I have animate windows when minimizing and maximizing. You don't need this, it just makes everything look a bit nicer when you're opening and minimizing things. As you can see, it gives it like the fade effect when you're minimizing it and maximizing it. If I disable this, you'll see it just disappears, so I kind of like this one. But the only one thing you need in here is show thumbnails instead of icons, so make sure you do that. So once you've done that, just click apply and then you can click OK, click OK again, and then we're going to be heading down to gaming, go into game mode, making sure game mode is turned on, and then underneath this you'll see graphics, click on that, click on advanced graphics settings, make sure hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is on, and then just below this where it says add an app, add whatever game you play on here and set this to high performance. It would normally be on power saving, so make sure it's on high performance, and you can close off here, and that's all the Windows settings optimized. Now we're going to be disabling all the unnecessary Windows services that are running in the background that we don't need, so disabling these will lower our processors and give us higher frames in game. So to do this, click the search icon and search for services, open up the services menu, and we're going to be disabling all the things that we don't use inside here. So the first thing we're going to be disabling is connected user experiences and telemetry. So to disable it, you just double click disabled on the drop down, and then click stop if it's running, click apply, and that disables the service. The next thing we're going to be disabling is diagnostic service host and diagnostic system host. So to disable it, just double click disabled and stop, then apply. The next thing we're going to be disabling is the downloaded maps manager. Then you're going to scroll down until you find geolocation service and disable this. Then scroll down a bit more until you find Logitech lamp array service. If you have any Logitech software, just disable this, you don't need it. Then we're going to be disabling the Microsoft Edge update service and the Microsoft Edge update service here. Both of these Then scroll down a little bit more until you find net.tcp port sharing service and netlogon and disable both of these. Then scroll down until you see Nvidia FrameView SDK service and disable this. Parental controls just underneath that, disable this. Phone service just underneath that, disable this. Print spooler, disable this if you don't have a printer that you use. Scroll down a bit more until you find routing and remote access, disable this. Then scroll down until you find shared PC account manager and disable this. Then sysmain, this is a big one. I would recommend disabling this as this can really boost your performance. Then just underneath that, themes, make sure they're disabled. Then scroll down a bit more until you find wallet service and disable this. And scroll down to the very bottom until you see all of the Xbox services and disable these unless you use any Microsoft apps or Xbox apps. Once you've disabled all these, you don't have to save anything, just click off it, and those are all the services disabled that you don't need. Now that is going to be it for this video guys, and I really do hope that it helped you out and you can get lower latency, lower ping and higher frames in game. If it did help you out, just drop a comment and let me know how much it helped you out, and don't forget to join my Discord, and I'll see you all in the next video.